Welcome to the brand new session of Riser. So as of today, we are having Sreelekshmi Binumon, who is here to present her topic on how to influence friends and influence people, like how to win friends and influence people. So as for me, this topic is very much interesting, and I'm very curious that like how she will explain those things. It's very simple topic, but it's not that simple. Like it's very we cannot there are many possibilities, like endless possibilities. So I'm looking forward to clear all that doubts. So handing over to Sri, me, you can start.
So good evening to everyone. It's been a long time me presenting in RISA, so I'm quite nervous. Still, I'll do it. Okay, so how to win friends and influence people. You might be thinking that, I have took this topic and like this is my life experiences I'm sharing with you. Actually, it's not like that. This is a book. Okay, it's a book which is written in 1936. So it's quite a really interesting one. Like, it's really good. I don't know how to express it out, but it's a really good book. Now, one of a fault, I don't know if it's a fault, but one thing which I really find a difficulty in this is that the English which is written in the book, it's quite difficult to understand because it's written in 1936, maybe. Because of that, it's quite difficult to understand. Then the concept is not that, it's not easy to understand. So I read a book for 3 times to understand the concept here. But so I'll make it easy for all of you. You can understand it very easily because I'll tell in a very, very simple language. And I am actually talking in the way I'm talking as a very normal person. So one thing I'll tell you is that the concept is very important. So if you don't understand, tell me, I'll clear it to you once more. Okay. Like not understanding and moving forward is very bad. So you ask me doubt and then we'll move forward. Okay. Yeah. So I don't need to introduce myself much because all of you here, I'm knowing you since a lot. Okay. Anyways, I'm Sreelekshmi Binumon. I'm a grade 11. Actually, I'm in Kottayam. I'm mainly in India. I did this very well. I'm a GrainEd student since 3 years. And that is the main reason why I'm speaking here also. Okay, I'll just move forward. Okay, so this is the book which I was talking about, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, this book, I have told you the difficult side of it, but also there's a lot of content in this book. I feel these are the really important ones. And one thing also, very successful businessmen, they have read this book and they have utilized a lot in their life. Example, getting investors in the business is very important. So many people have told they have got it from this book, and there's a lot of content in the book, and I don't think I'll be able to cover it in 1 hour. So I have that took all those important things, right? Very important things which you can use in your day-to-day life. One thing I'll tell you is that whatever I'm telling you right now is which is experienced one. I have tried it myself in my life, and which is the successful ones. Those I'm telling to you. And also there are quite few which I really feel is important, which you can use. But I didn't get that kind of situation to use it like till now. But it's gonna be good one. Okay. There's a lot of lessons, there's a lot of subheadings and all, but I'll just go with this important ones. Because I usually see in these meetings is that by the end, mostly people leave because of the internet issue or whatever. So what I thought is that I'll tell you the most important ones in the beginning. Okay. So let's go to the first one. So the first one is that you can't win an argument. You can't win an argument. Even if you win an argument, it's only going to be satisfactory for the moment. Also, you make the opposite person feel sad. So whenever an argument is going on, even if you win, you lose. Even if you lose, you lose. So the full fact is that you lose an argument. Even if you win an argument, the opposite person might feel sad. There can be a kind of gap in the friendship or whatever a ship is happening. So is that you can't win an argument. So try to avoid an argument or find a solution for an argument, which can be like a 50-50 balance. So that's the first point. I hope you guys understood. So the full concept of is that if you win an argument, you lose. If you lose an argument, you lose. So basically solve it in that 50-50 way. Second one is that never tell a man is wrong. Now, never tell a man is wrong in the sense it's not that man, it's the human beings. When the opposite person is wrong, don't tell them directly. Instead, ask some question and make them realize. I'll give an example. Let's take BTS. I guess most of you guys are the K-pop world. So I'm telling that BTS debuted in 2013. I don't know if I'm sure, but I guess what I remember. So I know that it is debuted in 2013. But the opposite person whom I'm arguing with, she might feel that no, they are debuted in 2012. So we're having an argument. Now I won't directly tell her that she's wrong. I won't be like, you're wrong, shut up, get out, you're wrong. No, I won't tell that. Instead, I'll use something alternative for that. So here what you tell is ask questions and make them realize. So in this sense, I'll tell them that when was this song actually debuted? What do you remember? So the person might have told 2013. So basically that means they came into the world in 2013, right? So the opposite person will have the realization, oh yeah, it is. So they realize and they accept it as soon as they understand. So here the person is realizing by himself or herself so that clash won't be there. So that's the second one. Never tell a man is wrong. So instead ask some questions and make them realize what their mistake is, rather you telling them directly that you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay, second one. The third one is that ask question instead of giving direct orders. I feel this is a really, really good one and I've actually used in my life. Okay, so I'll take an example. I've written an example on the screen. I'll tell it to you in that feelingly way, okay? So first one is that I'm ordering her, okay? Clemmy is one of my closest friend in Rise Up, so I took her name. No partiality, nothing. So I have took her name. So here I'm ordering her, okay? So I'll be like, Clemmy, come here, help me wash now. So in now, help, come, all these words comes under ordering. Now when I order someone, Clemmy might feel that, okay, she's becoming bossy. So even she'll be scrolling through Instagram, she'll be like, nope, I'm busy. Instead, over there, I'll be like, hey, Clemmy, could you please give me a hand with the dishes? I'm requesting, or it's like a questioning. So where she'll be like, okay, I'm simply sitting here and scrolling Instagram. Why don't I help her? And she'll be like, yeah, sure. So this is what I would like to tell here is that ask question instead of giving orders. So when you ask question, the opposite person might feel that is a lovable or a kindness one, and they might help you. So when you order, the person might feel that you're bossy, you're a lot of complaining stuff. So, that mind stuff won't match there. So that's the third one. Ask question instead of giving direct orders. I personally feel that this is a really good one. Like even in our day-to-day life in school works, when you want your help from your friends. So there are some kind of situation that you're very lazy to do and you want someone else to do it for you. So you can, use these kind of techniques to get all of those done. That's the third one. Now the fourth one would be talk in terms of their interest. Now, where does this apply? This will apply when you're talking with a stranger. Okay, you're gonna get a new friend. You're getting a new friend, and you want to talk in terms of their interest. So, how to get along? Okay, let me give an example. Let's take school, or I guess all of you in schools. Let's take school. There'll be some kind of people, right? The popular people, or maybe the kind ones, and you will have that feeling that I want to be friends with them, I want to talk to them, I want to be with them, but you will be very shy to talk to them. So you can use this technique to get into a very long conversation and get a good bond. So when you talk, like when you talk to your friend or a new friend or a new friend in the sense you want to make them as a friend, so a new friend. Talk in terms of their interest. When you talk to somebody, talk what they like. Maybe if I'm talking to my friend and he likes to talk about football, ask him about his favorite team, favorite member, and then the conversation might go long. Now, when you talk about I don't like football, that does not mean I won't talk about it. Then the conversation will just stop in that way. Then you won't be able to talk also. So try this, and I feel this is a really good one. Actually, you know what? The thing is that everything is good. I keep repeating this word because the book is itself is the best one. Now, the fifth one is remember names. I don't know if you've heard about it that when you talk to other people, take their name while speaking. Okay, so the opposite person might feel very important. They might feel that I am talking to them itself, so they'll have that concentration of what I'm talking about. So I'm talking to you. Okay, I'm talking to Satish sir. If like there's a lot of mentors here. Okay, there's a lot of mentors. So when I'm taking the name Satish sir. Can I do this? So there, sir might feel that I'm talking to sir. So he feels important there, and he'll talk to me, right? Rather me telling, can you just put this? It's like a confusion. To whom is it for? Even if it's like in just two people conversation, taking names has that nerve brain kind of thing. So it is very important to take names, but that does not mean that each minute you take name. It's not like that. Then it will look very awkward and weird. But in the starting of a conversation, maybe between a conversation, or basically you can use this when it's a crowd. Okay, so taking names are really good. When you take name, I've seen many people texting like dude, or maybe just that word and then texting. Even I do that. But still, in between, you take your name. Hi, Sreelekshmi. I'm like, okay, this is towards me. Also, this is kind of a thing, okay? Text on my birthday, you'll be like, happy birthday. No, it can be to anybody, right? Even though that texting to me, that if my phone, my sister use it, my mom use it. So like, happy birthday to you. That means it can be to my sister or to my mom. So if you take happy birthday, Sreelekshmi, that means that's to me. So it's good when you use other person's name. So this is the 5 most important things which I felt. 5 most important. Next, let's go to some techniques and some kind of things you would like to meet. So fundamental techniques in handling people. Actually, human beings are very difficult to handle. They're very wild. They might burst in some second. They might be like good in some second. So anytime this expression can change. So let's see how you handle. Now, actually, there is 4 principles in this, but I just took 2 principles, which I felt is really important in these days. First is don't criticize or complain. Let's see, when you're working, or maybe when you have some kind of a work, or maybe school work also, be like, who the hell she thinks she is? Huh? She's ordering me. Now, this is a kind of a criticizing. I guess you shouldn't do that. This can make that opposite person feel very like means that interest might lose completely, and you might have this bad image in the school or maybe where you're working, and you might not get that opportunity where you want to be also. Also, we have seen, when your childhood, that complaint box thing, this is also very bad image. Like, you remember, I don't know if you guys have heard this also, but I have heard this in my childhood that don't be a complaint box. And to an extent, your parents also will ignore you. Like when you come with some complaint, maybe it's serious also, they'll ignore you because they might feel this is very normal. So don't complain over every certain thing. Just ignore if you think so. I guess that's like a very common word right now in the world. Just ignore. Just don't care. But it's not easy just not to ignore or like. Also, always think from the opposite person's side. It might give a relief to many of your problems. Now, second one is that give honest and sincere appreciation. This is very, very important to as a person. I always feel that giving appreciation or encouraging someone is very, very important. First, this was said to me by my dad. Even before me reading this book, my dad told me very, very long ago that always give appreciation to whatever people do. Until now, I do follow it. With whatever anybody does, give honest and sincere appreciation. Also, I'll give you a tip, okay? This is called a psychological fact. To many people who know me, that I have this very bad habit of reading through psychological facts and connecting, some certain situations to that. But this is a really good one. So the psychological fact is said that if you give a really honest and sincere appreciation from your heart, okay, to the bottom of your heart, the opposite person will never forget you. And this is really good. Like when you fake it, actually the opposite person understands that you're faking the appreciation. But there are also many people who really don't understand, but to a certain extent, people understand. When you give appreciation from the bottom of your heart, right, it is very clear through the eyes, I guess, yeah, through the eyes. And they will never forget you. Because I never forget anybody who gives me appreciation. I still remember whatever they told me also. So do give honest and sincere appreciation. Anything what you see. If you spoke for 2 minutes, you should tell, oh God, very good. You did really good. That can, keep it very big factor in the life and a good terms. And it gives you a very happy opening in outlook. So give honest and sincere appreciation. Yeah. Next is that 6 ways to make people like you. Okay. Now, I know that many people might be waiting for this thing, that, this impressing your crush and stuff. Guys, I'm just being informal. Don't take it in a serious way. Okay. 6 ways to make people like you. When you're getting into a crowd and then you want people to like you, people to talk to you, they should come to you. But getting attracted, I don't think it's just physically, but also mentally, it's very important. You tell, right, don't judge a book by its cover and stuff. So you want somebody to talk to you. I guess it basically works in the mental way than the physical way. So the first one is that become genuinely interested in people. So we will have more friends by being interested in others than telling how great you are. So a very interesting example here, which I'll give you, is that dogs. Okay, pet dogs, or maybe normal dogs. Now, when you go towards them, than giving preference to their toys or their skin or maybe their surroundings, they'll give importance to you there. Even if you're there for 5 minutes or even if you're there for 1 hour, they'll only be with you. So where dog is giving you the you are the important person at that role. So being genuinely interested in people. When you're talking to someone, involve in them, involve in the topic and talk. So the person will feel very important, and then the other person will be like, okay, let's talk for an hour. Maybe it can go hours and hours and hours, maybe days. And that bonding, right, it just goes more and more. That's the first one. The second one is that action speaks louder than words. So a smile. This is something which we've heard from a very long time, that smile is very important. Yeah, smile is very important. Maybe, strangers on the road, you'll be like smiling and going. It might take a wrong impact also. But to the people you know, do smile. It's like very a good vibe. It's like, yeah, the opposite person, or maybe anybody will see you in a very positive way as a very positive person, a very vibing person. So they might feel really interested in you to come and talk to you. So give that smile. That's the second. The third one is that remember people's name. This is also very important. Why? Because you're talking to somebody and Let me take, I'm talking, and then I'll be like, the person's name would be my friend's name, Krishnaveni. She's my best friend. Okay, so I'm talking to her, but slightly I'm calling her someone else's name. Maybe I'm calling her Devika. Okay, that's my second best friend. I just remember my best friend's name. I'm sorry to tell you that. Yeah. So when I call one person, some other person's name, this can also make a very bad impact. Okay, this can make that gap in the friendship. So remember people's name. So this face, that means this name. Don't mix up this name, okay? That might also give this very bad impact. So remembering people's name is very important. Fourth one is that be a good listener. Make them feel important. Now, speaking anybody can do. If I am talking to someone, that person can talk about their things. Now, I should listen to them. Listening is very important. When you have some kind of a sadness, when you have some kind of an feelings or something where you're upside down, you always want someone to listen to you, right? You want someone to listen to you. So the same way, when the opposite person is, whether they're happy, whether they're sad, whatever situation they're going through, you should be a good listener. You should listen to whatever they're telling and give a genuine advice to them, even whatever they want to. So what happens is that when you're down, they'll also listen to you. So that balance little bit. So be a good listener and make them feel very important. The other one I told you, talking in terms of their interest. This is very important. When you're talking to someone very new, even if you're talking to your best friend, even if you're talking to your just friend, still talk in terms of their interest. Talk what they like to talk about. You're not the importance there. The importance of that situation is the next person talking to you. Talk in terms of their interest. And the sixth one is that make the other person feel very important. Very important, very important, very important. At that second, that person is the most important thing. Even some kind of tsunami comes or earthquake comes, that person is important to you at that second. Talk like that. Then the opposite person also will feel you, like opposite person feel, oh my gosh, I'm very important to this person. Even I should show the respect back. You have always heard this, like give and take, that policy. It is actually applicable in everywhere. Give and take. Humans have this thing is that you give, then they'll now the humans have this that you give me, then I'll give you. So be a starter. Start everything. So this is the six ways to make people like you. I'll go quickly through this. Okay. Become genuinely interested in people. Talk to them in a very important way. Smile, give a smile, be a positive person. Don't ever make yourself feel as a negative one. Always be positive, even if you're giving a compliment, even if you're giving an advice, always have that smile. You know what? When you're angry, also, right? You give a smile. I'll tell you this. This is a really good trick which I felt in my life. I actually learned classical dance. So the sir is very strict. Okay, he's very strict. He takes this. I don't know, in Malayalam you say churil. I don't know in English. I guess maybe a stick, a bamboo stick, a very thin bamboo stick. Now he'll give one to your leg. Okay, if you don't keep the leg in a proper way. Now he'll give me scolding every day. I got used to it. But still, whenever he scolds me, I'll smile at him, and then he'll forget me and he'll go. So when I'm also, there are also these factors that some people don't like you smiling. So don't smile everywhere. According to what the person is, smile. Okay. There are some people, when you smile, right, that anger, right, it'll go, it'll like melt and go. So always give that smile. Remember people's name. Don't call some other name instead of that person's name. That's very important. Be a good listener. Even there are times when you want someone to understand your pain, so you should also understand the other people's pain. So be a good listener. Talk in terms of their interest, their likes, whatever they like. You're not the preference, they are the preference. Make the other person feel very important. Very important in the sense, very important. I guess I don't need to tell anything, an example. It's like very evident in that line. Next is how to win people to the way of you thinking. This can be applicable in kind of in group works, okay? When you have a group work, when there are certain kind of people and you work as a group, there are times when you feel that your opinions, your suggestions should be valid. That should work. Now, these kind of situation, you can use all these. First one would be show respect for the other people's opinion. Okay, you are the team leader. Okay, I am the team leader. Don't tell them they're wrong directly. Try a different approach. Okay, I am a team leader and I have told my team members that get this is our idea and you should take some kind of your thinking, your whatever you feel about it, come up with it next day. And the day has come, they all came, and you feel that whatever the person told isn't correct. Okay, instead what I think is much way better than what she or he has thought of. Now what will I do here is that you should always give respect to what the other person thought. Even just like you, the other person might have also took a lot of time in thinking whatever you should do. So show respect for other people's opinion. Now here the different approach you can give is an example. I thought of this too. Probably this is correct. What do you think about this? What do you think about this is what I think about. Okay, so I'm like, let's go with the red color paper. Okay, now the other person told her, let's go with black. But I feel that for the white, let the red is going to be matching. So I'll tell the other person that what you thought is also correct, but what do you think of this? Now you're giving the other person a choice. So the person might think and he will be like, yeah, yours is correct. So we'll go with that. Right? So it's like a compromising. Even without the person knowing, you're getting a work done. There, the most important thing is that appreciate for whatever the other person has done. Show respect to the other person's opinion. First one. Second one is that if you're wrong, admit it quickly and empathetically. So there are also very certain times when you have a fight and you know that you're wrong and then you don't tell sorry, and that relation or that friendship might have a long gap, right? And then forgiveness is not easy. It might take a lot of time, a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion to tell sorry. But whenever you feel you're wrong, tell it very quickly. So the opposite person also will forgive you as fast as it is. So when you think I'm wrong, and just tell sorry, just apologize, the opposite person will forgive you very faster. Problem solved. Then taking a lag to tell a sorry for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and that might become an issue. Then taking it a lag, just tell very fastly, and don't tell like sorry in a harsh way. The toning is very important. I always feel that whenever you tell something, the tone is very important. Always get the tone the lovable way, so it will go well. Third one is that let the person feel that his or like the idea is his or hers. Like that's team thing. Team thing. I am the team leader, right? So I'm giving you an idea. Now, how to make that person feel the idea is hers or him? It's like as a person, the idea is them. It's not like just my idea. So it's always important that everybody feels the same to move forward. Otherwise, the person, it will be her idea, right? She is doing that, she's doing this. Then cooperating it to the group. So what do you do here? Very simple. You give an opinion, you give a suggestion, and ask for the opposite person's feedback. Okay, I am giving an idea. Okay, I'm telling you that tomorrow we'll have chemistry class and let's take structure of atoms as the topic. Let's do that project. What do you guys think? What is your feedback about it? Now, the opposite person feels it has their feedback. That means that's their idea too. Then that has to become a kind of a compromise thing, right? So there it's solved. Third one. Fourth one is that try honestly to see things from other people's viewpoint. This is also very important. even in any kind of an argument or any kind of an emotion thing or any kind of a struggle thing, see in the opposite person's view also. If there's kind of a fight or maybe it's kind of a misunderstanding, try to see things from the opposite person. Like all of our lives are not similar. Everybody's is different. They might have a different family background, a different life struggle, a different ambitions. So it has their own difficulties. Now try to see it from their side and understand the situation to make things easier. Okay, that's the fourth one. The fifth one is that dramatize your idea. Now, how do you do this? This is very simple, but it's very interesting also. Whenever you want your ideas to be done, okay, dramatize it. Example, I've seen this in films. I don't know if actually it happens in life, but this is a really good trick. It's that you want your idea to be done, okay? Dramatize is that make it as a story or express it out. Like you're working in this gaming app, okay? You're working in a gaming app, and you like this idea. You want this game to be published to the social media. Now, how you need to get approved from your boss, right? Now, how do you get it done? You should dramatize it. You'll be like this bullet sound and then the running sound. All the tones should be there. And then the opposite, the boss will be like, oh, this is cool, right? We'll go ahead. So this way, dramatize your idea. Maybe you want to tell some story. Okay. Maybe you're doing a role, a film role or something, or maybe a skit. You want the story to be done. How do you tell it? You'll be like, make them feel as it is happening. Like a cold wind is blowing. You know, the tone variation should be there. That feeling should be there. Trust me, your work will be done. Sixth one is that to get thrown by challenge. Try out a challenge to get people achieve something. Stimulate it through a challenge. Because in this human behavior, we see that competitive spiritness. So when that competitive spiritness is there, they'll get it done. Okay, maybe you're working as a team. Your team is 10, including you, you're 10. Try to keep it into two groups, subheadings, subgroups. 5 and 5. 5 and 5. You tell them this is your challenge, this is your challenge. They'll have a competitiveness and they'll try their best to do. And your work will also done in your work will also be done in a very better way. So get thrown by a challenge. I hope you understood. This is the sixth way. Okay. Now, to the end, when I'm going to conclude, okay, more going to the end. How to become a leader. Now, leadership quality is very, very important in this generation or in this era. Being a leader, we've always seen this quotes and this memes, right? Being a leader, you should push people and come. You should be with the people. You should work with them rather than you being bossy. But there are times when you follow it also, it won't happen. There are times when you become bossy, but let's see how to make people not feel that. I guess that's more good. So the first one would be ask question instead of giving answers. Okay. Nobody likes being ordered. Nobody likes. Okay. You're working in a multinational company and then your boss will be like, complete this data and give me in the second. Okay. Nobody would like it. Instead, ask them some questions. What do you think of completing this work and giving me before time? So it's like a question and you need to answer. When you need to answer, the employee will be like, yeah, why not? I'll complete and give you. Now that's like a compromising way. No one is feeling bad. No one is giving any hesitation. You will do your work. This way. I guess you got the point, right? Giving answers or giving ordering, try something different. Try a different approach. Now, what do you think? You can use a different approach, different questions instead of the same question. That's the first one. The second one is that let the other person save face. Save face in the sense you're having a group meeting and there are certain times when you don't do good. There are times when you do bad and never tell someone is wrong or someone's idea is bad or how pathetically done the work was in a crowd or in a group, try to call that person in person. Okay, as it just telling them secretly or privately what their fault was, and this time the person will feel good. Okay, person will feel good. But if it's in a crowd or if it's in a group, the person might feel very humiliated or very insulted, and this can make mentally down, or mentally down, depression, and all the stuffs can happen. Instead, call them personally, tell them what they did wrong, talk to them personally, understand their problems, and give advices. Okay, let's let the other person save face. Good. That's the second one. And the last point of today's class is going to be make the other person happy about doing things you suggest. Now, this is the one thing which I've never tried in my life, but I truly feel this really works. I'll tell you. Now, you want your employees to get the work done. Okay. Now, how will you make the other person work done? Now, this person has a marriage function tomorrow. He needs to take an off. Now, but I need this work to be done by this 5 p.m. This work should be done. I have to forward to the higher authority. Now, how will I do it? He needs to go. He will be off tomorrow. Within this 3-4 hours, how will I do it? The trick comes here. You should make the other person feel important. You should tell, oh my God, you're such a trustworthy person. I really trust you. That is why I'm giving you this big deal. I guess you should do it. Now that person will be like, oh my God, I am so trustworthy. He's giving this much big work to me because the trust is there. I should not break it. Right. And that person will do that work very smart way and complete it in 3 hours. If your work is done, his work is also done. No hesitation, compromising. Right. I never got this opportunity to try this out, but I anyway try it. That's what I told. I really feel this works. I really feel this works, but I never got an opportunity. Let's see in further if I can. So yes, thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed. I feel that you might have got some kind of an, tips and tricks to use in life. And many of them I have used in my life and I have really got some results. Try it out and don't make as if you're faking it. Okay, it should come from your heart, from your bottom. You should feel it. And then things will be done in a very crisp and perfect way, which you would like to do. Yes. Now, is there any doubt you guys have? Because I always feel is that this thing, this concept is quite difficult to understand. So I guess you should clear and go. It will be easy. If you don't understand, you will mess things up. Don't mess things up. Interest will be gone. Is there anything? No, right?
Yes.
Oh, I was having this tension that whatever I'm telling would be conveyed to you guys at the correct, the correct way. I'm happy to know that you guys understood. There are even some more points. Actually, there are even some more points, but whatever I told you right now it's a really good one. Try it out. Because you know what? In school, okay, whenever I go to school, people will be like, how do you make this much friends this fast and stuff? Now look, I only shared this to all my GrainEd people, okay? Take it as an advantage. Yes. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have a doubt. I think it's not related to this topic, but like it's a you could tell your opinion. Like if two persons are talking to me at the same time, like we keep away from one person, right? We cannot like we must avoid a person, but how to avoid them finally? Like I need to know that way. Like we need to improve on like if I tell them like sorry, like okay, can you go away? We cannot ask them like when, right? But we need to talk to the other person because I think that the other person needs us the most. So what to do in like that situation? Not a really doubt, but it's a really doubt for me.
You meant is that there's two people you're talking to. Yeah, you're telling me there's two people standing, and one person you're really interested to talk with, but the second person you're not interested, and you want some way
No,
that person
it's
should
not
go.
like that. It's not like that. Like the both persons, I think they are having some trouble, but the second person, I think, needs more attention because, like, I don't know, like the topic is that much high, I think. But so we need to somehow avoid the first person, but I need to talk with him or her too. So what to do in like, but we need to avoid them. So what to do? Like how to avoid them nicely in a soothing way.
How to avoid someone in a very sporty way? First thing is that like to the body postures, you can actually understand which person really is interested to talk to you. Look, you want the other person to be interested the same way the other person should also be interested to you, right? That's also a factor to have a long conversation. According to a body posture, you can understand if that person really needs to talk to you or not. I won't tell you, read it out, okay? It's actually
What
available in
if
a lot of.
what
Yeah.
if both of them are interested to talk with you? Then what will you do?
Okay, you're telling us that when there's two people, exactly, talk in terms of their interest. Talk in like a topic where both the people are interested to talk with. The conversation will go smoothly. Hmm. Let's say if a girl and a boy, and you are okay, there's a like it says 2:1 ratio. There's two girls and there's one boy. Now you're talking to them, okay? Now the girls might be very interested to talk about maybe a book they read, maybe a book they read, but you're not interested at all. Now don't show it. You won't talk to them, but don't show it. Just think, that book, right? Even I read it. You might not even read. You should tell them what about the summary, and the girls will talk to you. Very simple. It will go on. Now what Avinash told about ignoring, avoiding someone very easily.
Uh,
Actually, first thing is that you should never avoid someone personally because this thing can be applied in your life too, and you will get double hurt when somebody hurts you. So, but like very smooth way avoiding is that talking like everything is talked in terms of their interest. So take a topic which is interested in this person, the person you want to talk to, not the person, the second person. So when you are directly talking to the opposite person, you'll be like they are not interested to talk. Like that person is not at all interested to talking about what you guys are talking. The person himself or herself will move away. I hope you
so
understand.
so what if the person asks the summary of the story after you tell it? I have read the story.
Oh, okay. Then you're asking, don't take it as a joke. Just go in a funny way. If you're asking me, I'll be like, I read it, but I actually forgot. This was like long back, right? Simple. Be creative. Look, impressing someone is your job. So take it to the funniest extent. One more tip I'll give you that humor sense is the best part of life. Human beings or girls mostly likes people who are more humorous. So when you give some kind of a comedy way or maybe hilarious the stug life things and all, people will be really interested to talk to you. So take it that way.
So what happens if it fails?
Dude, comedy never fails, dude. Because comedy never has any kind of sense. That's the fact. It's just comedy.
So what happens if other person won't laugh?
What happens if other persons won't laugh?
After hearing our comedy.
Then change the topic. Suddenly change the topic. Change the topic. Very fast. Like if you're not they're like you're not laughing, like, hey buddy, why are you not laughing? Never mind, just for something else. But like, look at that person over there, isn't he good? And we're like, topic is diverted very fast. Simple.
How do you deal with the person you forgot the name?
How do you deal? Exactly. Use some kind of a question to understand it. Like, hey, you're talking something, you're talking to that person something, and don't remember the name. Something. What is your certificate name? Like, like, my birth certificate name is this. What was yours? Which hospital? And the same way, the opposite person might spill their name. Very simple, dude. You should be creative. Human beings are mild. I told you. Use creative way to take them in your hand.
Yeah. So how do you like if there's a situation, maybe a friend of mine comes and asks me for help, and I want to politely reject them. Like maybe I have a football and he wants my football. Then he comes and asks me, but I don't want to give my football to him. Then how do I politely reject him? Like it's very harsh to tell no, I can't give my football, right? So how can I maintain my friendship with him and I don't like want to give my football?
Okay. There also you can change the topic. Ask questions. Okay. Ask questions. Now, what do you think of we sitting here and watching Netflix, and this person might rethink? Now he will completely forget about the football. Or maybe you should tell, I guess, I have some work to be done. Can you just wait here for a second? Then you'll go inside. You'll just come after 2-3 minutes. The person might forget. Or also you can talk to that person about something else. Like, do you remember the teacher, no? She taught us chemistry. Oh my God, her dress was really good. Just divert the topic. Very simple.
Yeah, so then do I divert the topic then? Like if you ask me, can you give your football right now? Then should I just reject him at the time? Like,
No, don't reject. No, I'm telling you. Don't reject. Instead, ask some questions and just move away. Your friend, you really know what your friend's interest is about. Everybody has some kind of weakness, okay, about some topics. Take the topic on and talk.
oh, okay. Yeah. Thanks.
I think Sreelekshmi is being a revolutionary advisor. So I think she can handle many clients.
How do you know when a person is avoiding you or ignoring you?
How to know if somebody is avoiding you or ignoring you? It's very evident. It's very evident. Actually, people feel that their faking is not evident, but it is very evident. Look, when eye contact is first thing. If you see that person not looking at you, but maybe that person might look at you. Also, in between his or her eyes, might go on your surrounding. That means that person is not interested to talk to you. Also, the body posture is important. If the person has an open body posture, means openly, your hands are on that smile way, that means that person is ready to talk to you. Whereas the person's arms are closed, or maybe legs are closed, or maybe this kind of an attitude thing, or maybe touching hair, or maybe something kind of an that means that person is not interested to talk to you. Also, the lame topics they'll come and take up with, which you don't even like to talk about. That's also one kind of way.
Then how can we, break the friendship? Like you don't want to talk to them, but they still are talking with you.
You don't want to talk to them. You want to move forward. That's right.
Yes.
How do you do that? Maybe you can just call any one of your friends. You'll be like, okay, you're standing here. There'll be somebody beside you, right? Just call them. Or you don't want to talk to that person, right? You don't want to talk to them. Move out slowly. That is what I told you. You have to be creative at times. Whatever I tell you, look, whatever I told you right now, it's some kind of a tip. Now it's your brain who should use it in the correct way, right? You should take it in a very creative way. You should understand what that person don't like, what the person's like is, and try to move slowly, right? You should move the way that that person is not at all understanding that you are moving. It's you who have to understand this. Right, your brain should also work. If I just tell you everything, you will just use the same way and then you might mess up. You should understand what the opposite person's feelings, interests, and move slowly. Move out slowly. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Atmika, send me a chat. I'll just read it out. In schools, I want to impress my teachers. Usually, I will be soaping, but some teachers will be very mean. So, what will I do to impress them? So, okay, how to impress your teachers? How to impress your teachers is first thing is a discipline. Discipline is something teachers really love about. You being a very disciplined girl. Also, I'll give you some tricks here, which I use in my life. Okay. Whenever teacher is teaching you something, right? Node. Node. Now, when you node, when you be like, and then you try something, even though you don't understand anything, simply node and try something. The teacher will feel as if you're concentrating completely in the class and you're understanding. Okay. And also, this kind of some fault happens that you're noding and you're writing. So I'll be like, you get it? What is the answer of this? And you're like, shit, done. Okay. Now, what will you answer? Directly tell them, madam, I did not understand. I was about to tell you my doubt. I didn't understand. Tell like that. Okay. Like that. So first thing is node in class. Node like this. Yeah. Like this. Okay. And then don't always like turn, don't do that. Even if you want to turn, then like, and then you look down. Like, you remember that? It's all creative way you should make to move up. No, this is the first thing that present teachers, don't it? And then the teacher will like answer, you like give some answer. And you should take it in a very funny way. You should be like, madam, I was about to ask this doubt to you, but you asked me the question. All right. You take it this way. The teacher will be like, okay. Or genuinely tell that you don't know. Don't simply stand like this and then, keeping your mouth shut. Don't do that. What I do is that even though I don't know, I'll stand up. Very proudly, I'll stand up. I'll be like, I don't know this. Can you ask me something else? Can you ask me something else? Also, another one is that when somebody asks me some question, right, round up the answer. Look, you will anyway know something about that topic. Tell something about the topic. Whatever you know, tell them. Even though that's not the right answer, the teacher will be like, it's fine, you sit. As a first thing, then be disciplined. Look, many people feel that getting A+ or maybe getting 90% in that subject is what teacher likes about you. No, it's not that. It's your discipline. It's the way you talk to teachers. When teachers give you some kind of a work to be done, do it properly. Do it properly. Even how much difficulty you will have, forget everything and do it for them. They'll feel very happy. Never avoid them, or maybe some teacher will come and then you will like, you're like not even minding them and going. Don't do that. The most important one is this node in the class. Node, write, and then talk. Simply you'll get it done. That's the first impression. Then be disciplined, do the works properly, and also don't do this negative kind of impact, like sitting on the table when the teacher is coming, or doing some kind of a bad business when your teacher is there. Don't do that when the teacher is in the class, but you want to talk to your friends, talk to them in a very low way. You can do that. I hope you understood, Atmika. Right?
Yes, thank you.
What to talk to a new cousin? I mean, what topic should I talk to a new cousin? Talking to a new cousin, this is also talk in terms of their interest. Ask what their name is, whatever the hobbies they like to do. Try to match your connection. If your cousin is a dancer, you're a dancer. But like, what kind of items do you do? Where do you learn? Ask that kind of topics and move on. The very important is that talk in terms of their interest. Things will be done.
How can we get out from an embarrassing situation?
Make in a comedy way. Look, when somebody insults you, when you become sad, that's when the other person becomes the winner. Instead, you laugh there and then be like nothing ever happened. This other person will lose there. Creative way. Take in a creative way. Just laugh. Just enjoy that. And then move forward.
Like, I want to ask, what about the courage of telling the tips to impress teachers in front of a teacher?
I did not get you.
I want to know how you got the courage of telling the tips to impress a teacher in the front of a teacher.
Oh, look. It looks like an inborn talent. I don't know. This is a really good tips. Even Satish understood, right? Yeah.
Thank you, Sreelekshmi. Thank you. I really enjoyed the session. So well done. So all others could also tell about Sreelekshmi's work. Yeah.
It was very nice, a very nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And tomorrow onwards, I'm going to impress my teachers.
I will make more friends.
So the presentation was nice, really, and I have to tell one thing. You told that don't make orders and like. Like you want to tell by questions you want to ask to them. So but I think when you are scrolling in mobile, they won't come by asking. They will tell like just 2 minutes, then that 2 minutes will grow to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and at last we will need to make orders.
That's what I told you. Should be. Hey, you should be very creative. Look, when you have that will to do something, right? Even if you're simply sitting, or even if you're really working hard on some project, they will come. It's that mind game, right? You are lazy. That is why how much ever your friend is calling you, you won't go. That's your trick to make them come. Ask questions. You will get it. Try it out.